Coming in from a very disheartening defeat to the side of Bournemouth over the weekend, Man United is set to host its third game. Is it third? I think it's its third game in a row at Old Trafford, having gone ahead to last play at Old Trafford, I think, against Luton Town. And this time, we've gone ahead to play 2 games. Won 1, lost 1, but this is a big one that United is set to play against Bayern Munich at Old Trafford. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hopefully you guys are really doing the best of the best to obviously gate us and bring us at speed. But as it stands, we are here to obviously bring you what we've gone ahead to gate from the team news and our predicted starting 11. Manchester United is hosting Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich has been a side that has gone ahead to obviously lose to Frankfurt. That is against Frankfurt 5-1. Man United lost to Bournemouth by 3-0. So these two sides come into play when they've gone ahead to obviously lose their games. Marcus Rashford and Anton Martial are ill, meaning that they're going to be absent from the game of football that you're going to play against Bayern Munich. And I would like to let you know that for me, I feel we don't need them. I'm sorry to say this, but if they don't show up tomorrow, I won't be really affected, provided the likes of Garnacho, Rasmus Hojlund, and Anthony are really available. That is it. That's what will make sense for me. But their not being available won't make sense for me as a player, as a fan of Manchester United. So others that are really away, I think Casemiro might not make it for this game, though he returned back to full training. Lisandro Martinez is another one who might not make it. Tyrell Malacia is out. And him being out has gone ahead to obviously bring on lots of things that have gone ahead to see to it that Sergio Hojlund might see himself extend his stay at Man United post the January transfer window. So when we go to Bayern Munich, they're really having some players that are really out. Matthias De Ligt is having any injury. Bonassa is having any injury. Gabriel Morisic is having any injury. Tarek Buchanan hamstring. And Musiala returns, and Thomas Muller are obviously going to be part of the team of Bayern Munich that is obviously going to come through at Old Trafford. But remember, Bayern Munich has already gone ahead to qualify. Man United has only 4 points. You know, we won against Copenhagen and drew away against Galatasaray. Bayern Munich beat us, Galatasaray beat us at Old Trafford, and Copenhagen beat us away. And if you hear any win in Copenhagen, don't expect anything like going through to the Champions League. But if at all we win, we'll go to the UEFA Europa League, Thursday night football, something that you really want the club of Manchester United to be involved in, because these players of Man United can only really get a lot of competition if at all we are really into competitions. And you never know, that might act as another trophy that we can use to go to the Champions League if at all we fail to obviously finish in the top 5 of the Premier League. So I wouldn't like to see United going out, you know. If those two teams draw, that is Copenhagen and Galatasaray, United will proceed to the round of 16. But if at all one team beats the other, then obviously it will end out as United going into the UEFA Europa League. So those are the permutations, and all we need is to do our job. Let's go ahead and really get a win. After getting a win, then the rest will be history. We hand it over to the Lord, because we had chances to obviously kill off all these previous 2 games that we played. Against Copenhagen, 2-0 at first half. Rashford gets a red card. The game ends for 3. Against Copenhagen, 2-0, then 2-1, 3-1, then it ended 3-3, courtesy of the very poor mistakes that were really done by Andre Onana. So all we have to do is simple. Just keep going and do what you're supposed to do, and let the rest go on as supposed to be on. So that is it for the club of Man United. We need a win, and the rest is going to be determined by the result coming in from Copenhagen. Now, what are the players that I think Erik ten Hag is going to flaunt, obviously come into play and really do the needful as Manchester United hosts Bayern Munich in a system of 4-2-3-1. that Erik ten Hag is going to hate to desire and really stick on ever since he came in at the club of Man United. Then we go to the pitch. The goalkeeper, Andre Onana coming in through into play. And to me, all I want is something simple. Andre Onana has gone ahead to cost us the most mistakes that I've gone ahead to see to it that the club of Man United has lost very many Champions League games. In Bayern Munich, he did. Against Galatasaray at Old Trafford, he did. Against Galatasaray away, he did. And I don't know whether he won't do the same tomorrow as we take on this side, but you have no option. He's going to start in goal. The right back, I see Aaron Wan-Bissaka coming in through to play as the right back for the club of Man United. See to it that Dahlo will be moved onto the left back position, as we are going to need a lot of intensity to operate into this pitch of Old Trafford. Then the central defense, I'm going to see Harry Maguire playing on the right side of the central defense and Luke Shaw playing on the left side of the central defense. And I think that's what Erik ten Hag is going to go for. Though Rafael Varane is a variable, but I'll be shocked if at all Erik ten Hag brings him into the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United. Now, we go to the midfield. I would stick with the double pivot of Amrabat and McTominay. Though for my case, I wouldn't start McTominay, and get in Kobe Menu. But with Bayern Munich being a side that concedes a lot of goals, but they also score a lot, you just need Scott McTominay in. You might find him on the night being the hero of Man United. He makes those late runs in the box and he can obviously score. So I would go ahead for that. But if he plays if he plays an hour when he's not obviously delivering what he has to deliver, I would obviously go in for none other than what's the name of the guy? Kobe Menu to come in through and obviously play shift into this beautiful game of football. So I would really have a double pivot of Scott McTominay and Amrabat. And for Amrabat, for the previous two games of Man United, I think he has been arguably the best player on the field of play. That is it. He has gone ahead to counter that midfield very, very well. And I think against Bayern Munich, he stands a chance to obviously come in through and prove himself that he's really ready. And the return of Casemiro obviously gives us a very huge boost ahead of the game of Anfield at Liverpool, because Amrabat, Casemiro, Scott McTominay, that midfield three will run down the midfield of Liverpool. That is it, according to us. So the central attack midfield, Bruno Fernandes, the captain, he needs to obviously rise up to the occasion, as he has always gone ahead to do in the previous games of the Champions League qualifications. We've gone ahead to be playing this season. But remember, he's out for the game of Liverpool because of his 5 cards accumulated, and he's gonna miss that game. So for me, it's okay for him to miss the game of Liverpool. Maybe we can unleash a new formation that can work well for the side of Erik ten Hag. And him being a man of statistics, those stats might obviously show him something different on how we play when we are with Bruno Fernandes, or how we are without Bruno Fernandes. And he hasn't gotten a chance to obviously notice it, because Bruno Fernandes is not an injury-prone player. He's readily available. So you've seen it that when you're not having Rashford in the team, you're really playing very well. So for Bruno Fernandes, we wish him the best tomorrow, but in the game of Liverpool, he's out. So the right attacking side of the midfield, I go with Antony. Obviously, Antony has gone ahead to obviously put in very huge shifts this season, ever since he returned. And Ten Hag gave him a go against Galatasaray, against Newcastle, against Chelsea, even against Bournemouth, Amrabat released him with his long-range passes, and he really did a lot, So I anticipate that the confidence is really developing, and see to it that he's trying to obviously click there and is really performing well. On the left attacking side of the midfield, it's none other than Garnacho. Right now, out of the front three of Man United, he's the highest performing player for the club of Manchester United. That is Alejandro Garnacho, and we know he's obviously going to really be a very pivotal guy into this game of Bayern Munich at Old Trafford. Even if you don't qualify through, but I would love him to obviously make a statement play in this game, because these are games when you're playing against some of the best teams in Europe. that really make you announce yourself to the world that you are ready to obviously take it on to the next level. And leading the line with Anton Martial ill, you anticipate or expect Rasmus Hojlund to play into that focal point position of Manchester United. So that is my predicted starting 11 of Man United. You can as well go into the comment section and tell me who do you want in, who do you want out. And before I tell you my prediction, let us first go a little bit into what we call the head-to-head stats coming in from Gugu. Gugu is telling us that Manchester United have won just 2 of their 12 UEFA Champions League matches against Bayern Munich. 5 losses, 5 draws, winning the 1999 final and the home knockout match in 2009-2010. That game ended 3-2 in favor of Man United, but we are knocked out because of the away goals rule. Because away, the game had ended 2-1 and we had only scored 1 goal, But they came at Old Trafford and scored 2 goals. So by then, the away goals rule used to work, but if at all it was by then, that game would have gone ahead to go to extra time. Then secondly, Bayern Munich have won just 1 of their 5 away UEFA League matches against Manchester United. 3 draws, 1 loss, winning 1-0 in April 2001 with a goal from Paul Sergio. So at Old Trafford, they rarely get the happiness they really want. Defeat for Man United would see them finish bottom of the UEFA Champions League table. There have been just 3 instances of the Premier League side finishing bottom of their group. Blackburn in 1995-1996, then Man City in 2012-2013, and Man United themselves in 2005-2006. That season was really bad. I remember we had Lille, Maccabi Haifa, and we couldn't beat any team. So that's when Sir Alex Ferguson resorted into building another team at the club of Manchester United. Then fourthly, Man United have won 1 of their last 4 home UEFA Champions League matches. 1 draw, 2 losses. Their most recent game at Old Trafford against FC Copenhagen. They lost on match day 2 against Galatasaray, but they haven't lost 2 home group stage games in season since 1996-1997 when they lost to Fenerbahce and Juventus. So never sounded good, but all what we need to do is to put in a shift on the day that everyone will appreciate, and the fans will obviously not boo the players and obviously empty the stadium towards the end of the game. Then Bayern Munich are unbeatable. Bayern Munich are unbeaten in their last 19 away UEFA Champions League group stages, 17 wins and 2 draws, and have won their last 8 away group games in a row. Both record runs by a team in the Champions League history. That is it, coming in through from the Bayern Munich. So Bayern comes into this game of football when they have nothing to lose, but you never know. They'll come to play for what we call prestige and respect. That Thomas Tuchel hasn't gone ahead to lose 2 games in a row, because the moment he loses 2 games in a row, it might not go on well for him. But I understand Bayern Munich is not focusing on the league. They are focusing on the Champions League. They want to win the Champions League. And the moment Thomas Tuchel get knocked out of the Champions League at the round of 16 or quarterfinal, semi-final, that's when everything of his will be really a bad news. So my prediction, 3-2 win for the club of Manchester United. And I only see Bayern collecting a draw if at all they obviously put in a very good shift. But all I understand is that if at all we defend better and Andre Onana doesn't let us down on the night, goals are going to be scored by Man United. Trust me, we are going to score goals. If we put 3 past them away at their stadium, then they're coming in through at Old Trafford, and you're obviously going to really beat them bad, according to me. So that's my prediction. But all we need is to score fast and not really call in pressure, because a team like Bayern Munich goes ahead of you. A lot of pressure will be needed a lot of pressure will be exerted to your players, and they won't obviously do the needful. Then that is it, and it's none other than everything I'm gonna hate to do. I've given you a prediction. Now I call for predictions into the comment section below, as we really see what the club of Man United is gonna be like. I sign out for now. See you later. May the living to God bless you abundantly. David remains my name. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum. Bye bye.